Did you know the phrase synergy has been used in business since the 1800, but has become a buzzword with questionable meaning? Despite its widespread use, many executives struggle to define synergy and its actual impact on their organizations. This confusion arises from a lack of understanding about what synergy entails and how it can be effectively harnessed. Imagine a company that achieves its goals by making individual teams work together towards a common objective. In reality, synergy is more than just collaboration. It's about creating new value by combining different strengths and resources. To illustrate this, let's consider the example of Google and its innovative approach to synergy. The company's founders created an environment where different departments and teams could share knowledge and resources. This approach allowed Google to develop new products and services that capitalized on the strengths of each team. But what happens when synergy is used as a buzzword without any real substance behind it? Business leaders may start to believe that simply using the term synergy is enough to create value. However, this misconception can lead to ineffective decision-making and a lack of tangible results. So, what's the real story behind synergy? And how can we use it to drive meaningful change in our organizations? To answer this question, let's dive into the history of synergy and its evolution over time. The term synergy originated in the 1800s as a concept in chemistry, referring to the interaction between different substances. Fast forward to the present day, and we see that synergy has become a staple of business jargon. But what's the difference between synergy and collaboration? And how can we tell if our efforts are truly creating value? One way to distinguish between synergy and collaboration is to look at the level of integration between teams. When teams are working together, but still operating in silos, it's likely that they're just collaborating. On the other hand, when teams are sharing resources and expertise and working towards a common goal, that's synergy. Now, let's consider the example of a company that successfully harnessed synergy to drive growth. This company, which we'll call XYZ Inc., has a history of innovation and a culture that encourages cross-functional collaboration. By bringing together teams from different departments, Zeiss Inc. has been able to develop new products and services that meet the needs of its customers. But what happens when a company tries to force synergy without creating the right environment? In this case, the result is likely to be frustration, inefficiency, and a lack of tangible results. So, how can we create an environment that fosters synergy and drives meaningful change? One approach is to focus on creating a culture that values collaboration and innovation. This can involve establishing clear goals and objectives, providing resources and support for cross-functional teams, and encouraging experimentation and risk-taking. Another approach is to use tools and technologies that facilitate collaboration and knowledge sharing. For example, companies can use project management software to track progress and identify areas for improvement. They can also use data analytics to identify trends and patterns and make data-driven decisions. But what about the role of leadership in driving synergy? Leaders who understand the value of synergy can create an environment that encourages collaboration and innovation. They can set clear goals and objectives, provide resources and support for cross-functional teams, and model the behavior they want to see in their teams.
However, leaders who don't understand synergy may inadvertently create an environment that stifles collaboration and innovation.
In this case, the result is likely to be frustration, inefficiency, and a lack of tangible results. So, how can we measure the effectiveness of synergy and determine whether it's truly creating value? One way to do this is to track key performance indicators, KPI, such as revenue growth, customer satisfaction, and employee engagement. Another approach is to conduct regular surveys and focus groups to gather feedback from employees and customers. By using these metrics and feedback, we can get a clear picture of whether our efforts are truly creating value. In conclusion, synergy is a powerful concept that can drive meaningful change in our organizations. Interested in, however, synergy entails and how sure it to be subscribed to our Effectively channel for more harnessed. By creating a culture that values collaboration and innovation, using tools and technologies that facilitate collaboration, and measuring the effectiveness of synergy, we can create an environment that fosters synergy and drives tangible results. It meaningful requires a change in your deep organization. Subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Want more insights and best practices on how to use synergy to drive meaningful change in your organization? Subscribe to our channel for more content like this.